What is up, fishing addicts? On today's video we will be installing my new Garmin ECHOMAP 7.4 SV to my Jackson Coosa. So I want to take you guys along. I had a little bit of learning curve issue, so the transducer is a lot bigger than what I thought, and it gave me a little bit of trouble, but no matter what, we got it tuned up. So let me walk you through how I installed it. Well, first thing first, guys, I'm not gonna go make a real long video. I already had done the holes on my kayak for the Ray Marine. There is few little differences between the fish finder transducers. This one is a lot bigger, so I had to go to the hardware store and grab a couple of things. One of them was these things, which with Lowrance scupper mount kit, they come plastic, which basically this kit, it's pretty useless if you wanna go with another brand or transducer that's a little bit bigger. So let me grab the transducer. So what I've done is, and I grab a little bit longer bolts, and I will see. There we go. So these are the lock nuts, and these are stainless steel, so hopefully they do not rust. These are the bolts, and this is the nut, the wing nut. It comes with 3 of them, and this one is 5 pieces. So I mounted the transducer. However, I did have to bend these a little bit to make it fit, just slightly. I bend them. I put the bolt through and tighten it up with the wing nut so it stays nice and even, and just pretty much it, and just put it on through. And if you're doing this by yourself, it is a little bit difficult. So what you're gonna have to do is, once you run it through, you grab this end, and then you go on the bottom. Oh God! And as you guys can see, you just put it in down there. I'll put a light on underneath and show it a little bit better. But once you put it in, what you do is you just hold the cable with your hand, and then once you're here, you hold it and run this thing to the bottom as much as you can. And then I don't even know where I put that piece. Oh, there it is. And then you make sure where your wire you want it to go, because there's a opening over here. You want to match it as close to as possible, and it is a little bit difficult because this bolt is not that long, so I have a hard time getting it in. Don't make it dirty down in the comments. I would appreciate that. So what you want to do is, don't pull that hard on it, but if you must pull, go ahead. So once you line it up and make sure your wires are lined up, what you do is just press it in to the scupper hole, put the wing nut, and depending on your kayak, I don't know if you have how your kayak is, with the scupper mount hole and the distance between it. So you just, I don't want to tighten it up, or if you go look underneath it, it's pretty much nice and even. I'm gonna have to loosen it up a little bit so it comes down. It is sitting a little bit on an angle. You see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's pretty much straight. And if you put a 2x4 in the middle over here, it's not gonna be scraping for the most part. If the front hits, this part will hit whatever I'm getting in, and they'll give me a warning that I'm going in shallow water. The only place that this is not gonna work is I'll be very worried to take my kayak in DuPage River because it's nasty shallow water. But hopefully I'm gonna scrape up a couple $100 by use kayak, sit in kayak, and maybe I scrape up some more cash, and I'll buy another Jackson without a flex drive or any drives, just for that river. But most likely I'll just go with a couple $100 sit in kayak, and other than that, everything worked out pretty well. Let's see. So previously, when I was doing the Raymarine installation, I did mention how disappointed I am on the wilderness system, and that still goes. However, let's see. And also, I did run this already through the cable. Like I said, I didn't want to make a very long video. And first, I want to see where we're gonna end up at, because how big the transducer is. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna put this on. And okay, this thing goes over here. Come on. There we go. What are we forgetting? We're forgetting the seal. It's supposed to be a seal. And of course we do not have the seal. I thought I had everything over here, but guess not. It's a lot of crap underneath this thing. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do it without a seal. So just push this string through with your fingers first, and then you may want to use a screwdriver, which in my case I will. It makes it a lot easier. You just grab a screwdriver and just press on it till it's seated, and then once it's seated, I'm just gonna press this in. Come on. Alright guys, we have a special guest today. He wanted to help out Daddy a little bit. Then say hello. No, he don't care. So anyways, I was trying to install this. So it's not working out that well for me so far. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, I see. I think it was supposed to be like this. There we go. So that's in. And just put the Lowrance thing. It snaps in its place. Like I said, I already run the batteries from here. The only thing I have to do is put this on, which I'll do it once my kid is off the kayak. But for the most part, battery connections are easy. Red goes to plus, black goes to negative, red to red, black to white, or black to black. And let's see if we have it hooked up. Actually, I tested it without the transducer, and everything was working. It just said it's not reading the transducer. So look at that, beautiful. It's turning on, and of course he's gonna play with it, and he has to touch everything. For the most part, he just wants to break it. Dennis, come here. Come here. No, you sit down. Otti. Okay. 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 And this newer model of 73, it's actually a touch screen, and the reason I wanted this was this. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but it just outlines the depth. And if you guys zoom in, look at that. Shallow water, deep, and then there is an island right here. And can I zoom in? Yeah, I can zoom in with 2 fingers on it as well. Look at that. That was the whole thing that I wanted to know when I go to a lake, and finding these spots on a big lake, it will make a big difference, guys. I mean, if you're fishing a huge lake and you don't want to just stick to the shorelines, like most anglers will just stick to the shorelines and look for the places to fish there. But in this case, we can go about 1.5 miles and find ourselves a honey hole. And this is Kenosha Harbor, and let's see if we're gonna be fishing Racine. I think this might be Racine over here. Yeah, I think this over here might be Racine. Let's find out. Yep, this is Racine Harbor, guys. I recognize it. So look at this. Take a look at this. Over here is the harbor, and then we have over here will be smallmouth heaven, because we got deeper water for kings. And then let's see if we have the river. Is the river mapped out? For the most part, it is. Root River. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we zoom in, we can actually see it. So this will be very helpful actually when we're going for kings, because I can see where the deep spots are and they'll be hiding over there. I'm not sure how accurate this is gonna be because the river does change, but you know, it gives you a general idea what to look for. And over here it gives us the depth, so we should know what to expect for the most part. But deeper water right here, for I'm pretty sure on Saturday a lot of people will be trolling just on the outskirts, and if we want to go at certain depth, we're gonna have to go a long way from what I can see. But yeah, I mean, the whole reason of me buying this GPS was just so I can look at this type of chart, guys, and it'll make me it'll give me a slight advantage while I'm fishing. And also, let's go back, hit home screen. Let's see if side view is gonna work. Pretty much not, but we're not in the water, so it's expected. And depending on how deep of a water you are, maybe you cannot see 10 feet from under the boat on a cone, and then you can see 20 feet up. You know, like this is the boat, and you're gonna be able to see 20 to 50 feet depending on what you have. And guys, that's it. I'm gonna end the video over here before my son breaks my $1,000 fish finder, which I worked 4 or 5 months saving money for it. And I'll catch you guys on the water. Dennis, say bye. Dennis, say bye. Dennis, say bye. Dennis. Nah, he's not gonna say it, guys.